Good morning. Good morning. This is Charles Coachman, and we are walking our way through the Bible, reading our way through Proverbs, digging in deep into the book of John, and as always, putting on the whole armor of God. Hope everyone had a great day yesterday. Hope that you are looking forward to whatever we have in store for us today. Let's see. Like to start out with shout outs first thing in the morning. And the first one is a young lady that is in the automotive sales training area. So Jalen Caballero, happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the best. Wishing you all of the very best. Have a great, great day. Enjoy your birthday. And if it is your birthday out there, happy birthday to you. Enjoy it. Enjoy it for all it is worth. All right. And I want to remember to keep all these folks in mind. Weldon, Curtis, Rex, Danny, Red, Shelly, and Nancy. Just want you all to know that I'm thinking about you and praying for you. Just keep on fighting. Your races have not been run. Let's keep finishing. Let's keep going. Thinking about each one of you. All right. This morning we are going to be going into, somebody didn't do something messed up. I didn't save what we were doing. So let's see. It is Saturday, March 27th. So we've got a bit of a problem here. Saturday, March 27th. Gonna hide that. Gonna change this. Gonna change it up real quick. Let's see, the 27th. And we are 1 through 27. And I do not understand why I wouldn't have saved it. Had plenty of time to play around with it yesterday. Just didn't do it. So I will say my bad. My bad. So we're going to go 11:47 through 12:26. Remove this. Okay, save it this time. Let's do it this time. So John's Proverbs 27, 1 through 27, and John 11:47 through 12:26. And as always, putting on the full armor of God. I hate when I know that I have put it in and then sometimes I just forget to save it. And human being. Let's see who we've got here. Scott Ricard, good morning. Good morning to you. Hope that you are having a good morning back there. Sun is out and shining in Florida. And Gloria Brown, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Scott, for being here. Let's get rolling. Gloria, I hope you had a great day yesterday. And as we prepare for our Holy Week, let's get going. All right. I'm going to pop this back up. Let's see. Saturday, March 27th. It is 48 beautiful degrees in San Jose at 6:05. Warnings and instructions. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what day may bring forth. For you do not know what a day may bring forth. Let us Let another praise you and not your own mouth, a stranger and not your own lips. A stone is heavy and the sand weighty, but the provocation of a fool is heavier than both of them. Wrath is fierce and anger is a flood, but who can stand before jealousy? Better is an open rebuke than love that is concealed. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but deceitful are the kisses of an enemy. A sated man loathes honey, but to a famished man, any bitter thing is sweet. Like a bird that wanders from her nest, so is a man who wanders from his home. Oil and perfume make the heart glad, so a man's counsel is sweet to his friend. Do not forsake your own friend or your father's friend, and do not go to your brother's house in the day of your calamity. Better is a neighbor who is near than a brother far away. Be wise, my son, and make my heart glad, that I may reply to him who reproaches me. A prudent man sees evil and hides himself. The naive proceed and pay the penalty. Take his garment when he becomes surety for a stranger, and for an adulterous woman, hold him in pledge. He who blesses his friend with a loud voice early in the morning, it will be reckoned a curse to him. A constant dripping on a day of steady rain and a contentious woman are alike. He who would restrain her restrains the winds, and to grasp oil with his right hand. Iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. He who tends the fig tree will eat its fruit, and he who cares for his master will be honored. As in water, face reflects face, so the heart of man reflects man. Sheol and Abaddon are never satisfied, nor are the eyes of a man ever satisfied. The crucible is for silver and the furnace for gold, and each is tested by the praise accorded him. Though you pound a fool in mortar with a pestle along with crushed grain, yet his foolishness will not depart from him. Know well the condition of your flocks and pay attention to your herds, for riches are not forever, nor does a crown endure for all generations. When the grass disappears, the new growth is seen, and the herbs of the mountain are gathered in. The lambs will be for clothing, and the goats will bring the price of a field. And there will be goat's milk enough for your food, for the food of your household, and sustenance for your maidens. So, we are being warned about the things that we should not do. We are being warned that we can treat a fool as it can be treated. It's not going to change anything. A foolish person needs to be treated as a fool. Period. We want to make sure that we are taking care of our friends and our family. We want to make sure that we understand that when you are helping another and that other helps you, it is like iron sharpening iron, one man sharpening another, making sure that they understand what they're doing, making sure as we go through our workday, if we can help another to understand, and they can help us to understand further. That is what sharpening the iron is all about. We're to do the right things with our fields, with our crops, for those that have been farmers in the past, for those, whatever the type of work is, as long as you're taking care of your work, making sure that it's done, it will take care of you. It will take care of you. And then one of the things that sometimes when you do a good job, and I'm not saying that about any of us here, but you start thinking a little bit too much of yourself. And let another praise you for your work. And that's sometimes a lesson because I hear a lot of people saying, you know, you need to toot your own horn. Nobody else is going to do it. Well, you know what? Others will do it if you're doing that good a job. Others will praise you if you're doing a good job. There's no reason to do it. And my throat is sore. Let's take a quick look up here real quickly. Frank, now, good evening. Thank you for being here. And good morning to all that are watching. Yeah, good morning. Let's scoot on to John 12:47. The conspiracy to kill Jesus. Therefore, the chief priests and the Pharisees convened a council and were saying, "What are we doing? For this man is performing many signs. If we let him go on like this, all men will believe in him, and the Romans will come and take both our place and our nation." But one of them, Caiaphas, who was the high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing at all, nor do you take into account that it is expedient for you that one man must die for the people, and that the whole nation not perish." Now, he did not say this on his own initiative, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus was going to die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but in order that he might also gather together into one children of God who are scattered abroad. Let's read that again. 51 and 52. Now, he did not say this on his own initiative, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus was going to die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but in order that he might also gather together into one the children of God who are scattered abroad. So from that day on, they planned together to kill him. Therefore, Jesus no longer continued to walk publicly among the Jews, but went away from there to the country near the wilderness, into a city called Ephraim, and there he stayed with the disciples. Now the Passover of the Jews was near, and many went up to Jerusalem out of the country before the Passover to purify themselves. So they were seeking for Jesus and were saying to one another as they stood in the temple, "What do you think? That he will not come to the feast at all?" Now the chief priests and the Pharisees had given orders that if anyone knew where he was to report it, so that they may seize him. Mary anoints Jesus. Jesus, therefore, 6 days before the Passover, came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. So they made him a supper there, and Martha was serving, but Lazarus was one of those reclining at the table with him. Mary then took a pound of very costly perfume of pure nard and anointed the feet of Jesus and wiped his feet with his hair, and the house was filled with the fragrance of perfume. But Judas Iscariot, one of his disciples, who was intending to betray him, said, "Why was this perfume not sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor people?" Now he said this not because he was concerned about the poor, but because he was a thief and he had the money box. He used to pilfer what was put into it. Therefore Jesus said, "Let her alone, so that she may keep it for the day of my burial. For you always have the poor with you, but you do not always have me." The large crowd of Jews then learned that he was there, and they came not for Jesus' sake only, but that they may also see Lazarus, whom he raised from the dead. But the chief priests planned to put Lazarus to death also, because on account of him, many Jews were going away and were believing in Jesus. Jesus enters Jerusalem. On the next day, the large crowd had come to the feast. when they heard that Jesus was coming to Jerusalem, and took the branches of the palm trees, went out to meet him, and began to shout, Hosanna, Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, even the King of Israel. Jesus, finding a young donkey, sat on it, as it was written, Fear not, daughter of Zion, behold, your king is coming, seated on a donkey's colt. These things his disciples did not understand at first, but when Jesus was glorified, then they remembered that these things were written of him, that they had done these things to him. So people who were with him when he called Lazarus out of the tomb and raised him from about the dead continued to testify about him. For this reason also the people went and met him, because they heard that he had performed this sign. So the Pharisees said to one another, You see that you are not doing any good. Look at the world has gone after him. Now there were some Greeks among those who were going to worship at the feast. And these came to Philip, who was from Bethsaida of Galilee, and began to ask him, saying, Sir, we wish to see Jesus. Philip came and told Andrew. Andrew and Philip came and told Jesus. And Jesus answered them, saying, The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Truly, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. He who loves his life loses it, and who hates his life in this world will keep it to life eternal. Read that one more time. He who loves his life loses it, and he who hates his life in this world will keep it to life eternal. If anyone serves me, he must follow me, and where I am, there my servant will be also. If anyone serves me, the Father will honor him. So as we know, Pharisees were conspiring to kill Jesus. There was no doubt about it. That was their plan, and they were not to be stopped. Mary anoints Jesus as he is meeting with Lazarus. As she puts the perfume on his feet and spreads it about with her hair, knowing that that is one of the most precious things that a person can do for another. And we find the one, Judas, who's going to betray Christ, is concerned that she is using this on Jesus, this perfume on Jesus, instead of selling it for the poor. And it's letting us know, you know what? He's not worried about selling it to the poor. He was taking money from that fund all the time because he was the money holder. He was taking money for his own good. But Jesus reminds him, you will always have the poor. You will always have the poor, but you will not always have me. And that here it is, the day where everyone is spreading palms out. As tomorrow will be Palm Sunday. Jesus, finding a young donkey, sat on it, as it was written, Fear not, daughter of Zion, behold, your king is coming, seated on a donkey's colt. These things the disciples did not understand at first, but when Jesus was glorified, then they remembered that these things were written on him, that he had done these things to him, that they had done these things to him. People gathered from near and far because they had heard what had happened with Lazarus, and they wanted to meet him. And people wanted to meet him from everywhere and to see Lazarus. We'll end it right there. But we should also note, this Jesus said, if anyone serves me, he must follow me, and where I am, there my servant will be also. If anyone serves me, the Father will honor him. And he said prior to that, truly, truly, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. He who loves his life loses it, and he who hates his life in this world will keep it, life eternal. Now, I don't believe that Jesus was telling us to hate our lives, but I think what he was saying for us to look forward to our future. And I think that's what we need to do. We have lives here. And I was thinking about it this morning. You know what? I've lived a good life. I've done the things, most everything that I've wanted to do. I've enjoyed it. And if I were to go today, I would be better off tomorrow. I would have then reached everything that I was supposed to reach. So I think Jesus is telling us, do the things that you are meant to do here. Follow me. Be there with me. And then in the end, let God honor you by joining us. And I think over this next week, we're going to find out a lot of things, and we're going to have a lot of things revealed to us. And I know that most everyone here has heard all the stories, but we'll dig deep into John. I think it'll be a good week. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. If you'd like to come back tomorrow, which I'd sure appreciate it. If you'd like to share this out, we'd love for you to share this out. Thomas, good afternoon to you. Hope that you are doing well. I'm so glad to see you here. Have a happy weekend, everyone, and be safe. Frank, now you also. And then good morning, Mark Rodriguez. So good to see you. Missed you on Thursday night. Great to see you too, Mark. Very good to see you. Wish everyone a great day. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow as we continue our walk through the Bible, our reading of Proverbs and digging in deep into John. Have an awesome day. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. God bless. Bye.